Welcome all of you to the online class of biology. In the previous videos, we were studying morphology of flowering plants chapter 5. So, today we are going to study about the semi-technical description of a flowering plant. Okay, so to describe flower means what? Its morphological character should be explained, and that too in a brief and in a scientific language, and it should be presented in a proper sequence. So that is known as what? Semi-technical description means in a brief and simple and scientific way. Okay, the characters of the or the morphological characters of the plant is described. That is called what? Semi-technical description. Okay, so in a plant, to describe, it should be started with its habit, means whether it is a herb, shrub. Okay, so all that should be described. Then vegetative characters like roots, stems, leaves. Then floral characters including inflorescence and flower parts. So these all characters should be included in the description of a flower or a plant. Okay, so for this we can use two methods. One is what? Floral diagram. As you see here, this is a floral diagram. Okay, so this describes all the characters of the particular plant. Okay, or else it can be written in the form of a small a formula. You can see here. Okay, have you seen? This is the formula which is used for describing the whole character of the plant. Okay, floral formula. So in the form of a formula or in the form of a diagram, the characters of the plant including what? Root, stem, leaves, floral characters, inflorescence, all these are described. Okay, so that is called what? Semi-technical way of description. Okay, so let's see what formula we use in floral formula. Okay, for example, BR is standing for bracteate. Okay, so BR means, if BR is there, that means what? Bracteate. Do you remember what is bracteate? Bracts are what? Leaf like structure at the base of the leaf, the pedicel. Okay, pedicel is what? The stalk of the flower. Understood? Then K is used for describing the calyx, C for corolla, and P perianth. What is perianth? In monocot flowers, I told calyx and corolla won't be distinguishable. They'll have a colored part that cannot be said as the calyx or corolla. So that part is known as what? Perianth. So P is used for perianth. Then A for androecium, G for gynoecium. And you can see that here means in the G, if there is a line here, that means what? The superior ovary. It is a superior ovary. And if G is written after a line or over the G, if there is or above the G, okay, above G, if there is one line like this, okay, then it is representing that the ovary is inferior. Okay, and you can see this is the male and this will be the female flower, and if this sign is used, then it is showing that what? It's a bisexual flower. Then this is what? Actinomorphic. If the flower is actinomorphic, do you remember what is actinomorphic? If the flower can be divided into two equal halves through any plane, okay, then it is actinomorphic. And if the flower can be divided into two equal halves, actinomorphic also we have studied. It is just like our radial symmetry, isn't it? And if the flower is zygomorphic, okay, then we can represent it by this percentage type of sign. Okay, so then if the flower parts are fused, then you can see that the corolla or what? Calyx, sepals or petals, after writing their number, we can write like this. Okay, in a bracket if we are putting, that means what? The floral parts are fused. Understood? Floral parts are fused. So this floral formula, what you are seeing now in the screen, is represented, or it is saying that the flower is actinomorphic. Okay, so according to this floral formula, you can see that, okay, the flower is actinomorphic, means you can cut the flower into two equal halves through any plane that is passing through the central axis, and it's a bisexual flower. Okay, calyx consists of 4 sepals, but they are in 2 different levels. That's what it is shown, that 2 plus 2. Okay, and corolla petals 4 are there. Okay, and they are not united. Calyx also not united. If it was united, you can see that 4 will be in a bracket. Okay, andrecium 6 are there, and they are arranged in 2 plus 4. Okay, 2 plus 4 condition. Okay, in one level 2 and another level 4. Okay, in 2 different circles. Then gynoecium, you can see that it is bicarpellary and syncarpous. How you will understand syncarpous? Bracket is there. Okay, syncarpous means what? If the carpels are united, and gynoecium is, you can see that it is a superior ovary. Okay, superior ovary. By how you can understand that line is in the downside. So about floral formula you understood, right? So now I'm going to teach you about the floral diagram. Okay, floral diagram represents what? Different whorls, like what? Calyx, corolla, andrecium and gynoecium, drawn in successive whorls. Okay, so definition of floral diagram is what? It is the graphical representation of various whorls of flower, like what? Calyx, corolla, andrecium and gynoecium, drawn in successive whorls. Okay, and calyx will be in the outermost circle, and gynoecium will be in the center. You can see here one floral diagram, and this dot, okay, on the top, that is showing the mother axis, means the part of the side of the flower that is facing, or that is to near to the stem. Okay, so that is the mother axis. So you can see here the sepals are shown like this. Okay, these are what? Sepals. So how many sepals are there in this? 1 2 3 4, and you can see the overlapping also, that is estivation also you can see. Okay, you can see that one is completely outside. Okay, 2 are completely outside here, and 2 are completely inside. So how many is this one? How many sepals? 1 2 3 4. Okay, then next wall will be shown as the petals. So this wall is showing what? The petals. Okay, you can see that petals are how many? 1 2 3 4. Okay, and then andrecium is represented by this diagram. So how many andreciums means stamens are there here? 6 are there. You can see 2 are here, and the 4 are in another wall. Okay, so here one wall is there and another wall is here. That's what here in floral formula it was shown, what? 2 plus 4. Is it clear? Then inside, the innermost layer or innermost side is what? The gynoecium, showing, you can see the 2 carpels. Okay, and they are syncarpous. Okay, 2 carpels, and what you can see that they are united. So it is shown like this. So is it clear? Floral formula and floral diagram, they represent, see, instead of writing the characters of all the all the characters of the flower, we can represent just in few symbols or in the diagram. That is the advantage of what? Semi technical description of a flower. Understood? So hope you understood this topic. So now we are going to study the description of some important families. Okay, so this family, that is Fabaceae, has been removed from your portion. Now you have to learn 2 more families. Do you remember what are families? We have studied about the classification, isn't it? Species, genus, family. Likewise, plant families, they share certain common features. So one of the families, what? Fabaceae, and this is removed for this year. Okay, so we are going to study the next 2 families, that is Solanaceae and Liliaceae. So I will explain the characters of this, each of this. So first is what? Solanaceae. Okay, Solanaceae is the family of our potato. Okay, potato family. And they are distributed in tropics, subtropics, temperate zones, means in different worlds this family members can be seen. Okay, so plants, if you are seeing, most of them are herbs, shrubs or small trees. Okay, so that is the habit of the trees, which are plants which are belonging to the family what? Solanaceae. Okay, and then stem, you can see herbaceous, means what? Herb like. Okay, and rarely woody, very few are there woody plants. Aerial, erect, cylindrical, branched and solid. These all you can understand, na? Means they are what? Having cylindrical, branched and solid stem. Okay, then or hollow, hairy or glabrous underground stem in potato. Okay, so that is one exception. What? Underground stem in potato. Okay, leaves, if you see, alternate means what? Now in one node one leaf will be there, and in the other next node you can see that one leaf in the opposite side. Okay, that is alternate. Okay, in some plants, how it will be? In one node two leaves will be there, they will be opposite to each other. But alternate means what? There will be one leaf in one node and the other will be in the opposite direction of the other node. And you can see the axillary or cymose inflorescence in some plants. Okay, then flower, bisexual, actinomorphic. Bisexual means what? Both the female and male parts are there. Androecium and gynoecium will be there in the flowers. Actinomorphic they are. Calyx, you see, sepals are 5. Okay, and they are united. Have you seen the flower of brinjal or petunia flower? Have you seen? Their sepals are united, isn't it? And another important feature of this family is persistent calyx. Persistent calyx means what? You understood? That is, see here, persistent. That is, after the fruit formation or after fertilization, what happens to the unessential parts of the flower, like what? Calyx and corolla. In the fruit, do they exist? No, isn't it? Usually what will happen? They will fall off. But persistent corolla means the sepals will persist, they will remain even after the fruit formation. You can see this in brinjal, isn't it? If you see a brinjal, you can see a green cup-like structure on the top of it. Actually, it is what? The sepals. So, persistent sepal. Even in tomato, you can see the sepals are persisting, isn't it? Green sepals will be there at the base of the fruit. Okay, then valvate estivation. Then next you see corolla petals 5. Okay, 5 petals, and they are also united. And valvate estivation, they are having what? Valvate estivation. Androecium, if you see, stamens will be 5 and they are epipetalous. Epipetalous, do you remember? That is, if the stamens are attached to the petals, we call it as what? Epipetalous. You have to tear the what? Stamens from the petals. They are like that, they are attached. So that is called what? Epipetalous. Okay. Then gynoecium, if you see, they are bicarpellary, means 2 carpels. Okay. Syncarpous, ovary superior. Superior means what? All the other words are originating from a lower level. Bilocular means 2 chambers will be there. Bilocular. Okay. Then placenta swollen with many ovules. That is another important feature of this family. Okay. From this only swollen placenta only they got the name what? Solanaceae. Okay. So if you cut a tomato or a brinjal, you can see that the seeds, many seeds are there. They are arranged around a placenta, and placenta is thick, swollen. Okay, so that are the characters of this family. Okay, fruits will be berry or capsule. Seeds, endospermous seeds. Okay, then if you see the floral formula, okay, you can see that you can see that the flowers are actinomorphic, isn't it? Bisexual. Calyx, how many are there? 5, isn't it? 5 calyx, and they are united. Then corolla, you can see how many petals are there, 5, and they are also united. Androecium, 5, they are attached to the the corolla or petals. That's what this arrow is there. Okay. Then gynoecium is superior and 2 carpels, and they are syncarpous. So from this you understood now the floral formula. From the floral formula itself, the characters of this family is described. Okay. Then you can see the floral diagram here. Okay, how many sepals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they are united. Okay, united sepals are there. That's what this they are united. They are it is shown as united. Okay, and petals also you can see here, they are also united. And you can see how many anthers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and you can see they are attached to the petals. That's what they are. It is shown attached by a line. Understood? Then gynoecium, you can see 2 chambers are there, and little bit swollen placenta. Placenta is swollen, and around that only many seeds are arranged. You can see that the gynoecium is arranged not in the correct direction of this in floral formula also you can see that the gynoecium is arranged in this way. Okay, little bit it is tilted, not in this direction. Okay, in other flowers if you see it will be like this, arranged like this, but here you can see that they are arranged a little bit tilted. Okay, and you can see the swollen placenta. So these are the characters of what? Solanaceae. So the important members of this are, okay, all are very familiar plants like tomato, brinjal, potato, spice, chili. Okay, then medicinal plants are also there, belladonna, ashwagandha, then tobacco, petunia. All these plants are belonging to the family Solanaceae. Okay, so can be asked in the examination. Explain the characteristic features of family Solanaceae. Draw floral formula and floral diagram. Understood? So this family is very clear to you. So the next family is Liliaceae. Okay, so Liliaceae is commonly known as lily family, because this plant, lily plant, you might have it is knowing to you, isn't it? This family and this plant. So it is distributed all over the world. And vegetative characters, if you are seeing, perennial herbs. Okay, they are annual, biennial, perennial. Likewise, have you heard? So they will remain for many years. Perennial herbs, and they are having what? Underground bulbs or combs. Have you seen the onions? Okay, so they are bulbs actually. Okay, so that kind of modifications they are having, underground modifications. Then leaves, basal, they will be attached to the base of the plant. Okay, then alternate, linear, exstipulate with parallel venation, because as they are of the monocot families, monocot plants, their venation will be parallel. Okay, then floral characters, if you take, they are inflorescence. Okay, solitary means what? There won't be any inflorescence, single flowers might be forming, or if inflorescence is there, that will be cymose. Okay, and a kind of cymose is what? Umbellate clusters. Okay, so like this, a kind of a cymose only it is. Okay, cymose and racemose, do you remember? So a kind of cymose only you can see. Okay, flower, if you see, they are bisexual. What do you mean by bisexual? Both what? Androecium and gynoecium will be there. Actinomorphic, the flower can be divided into 2 equal halves through any plane that is passing through the central axis. Then perianth, what is perianth? There won't be what? Sepals and petals, or calyx and corolla. Likewise, we cannot distinguish, because it is a characteristic feature of monocot plant. What? Perianth, presence of perianth. And the units of perianth is called what? Tepals. What it is? Tepals. So you can see tepals they are arranged in two levels. In one layer, in one layer 3 will be there, and in the other layer another 3. Okay, and they most of the time they are united to form a tube like structure, tubular corolla. Understood? Then androecium, if you see, 6 stamens will be there. That also will be in 2 different levels, each having 3. Okay, 3 stamens in one layer, and the other layer will have another 3. Understood? So 3 plus 3 arrangement. Then gynoecium, always this is a very characteristic feature of most of the monocot plants, that is tricarpellary ovary. Means what? 3 carpels you can see in the ovary. Okay, tricarpellary, and syncarpus means they are united. There is no they are not separate. Okay, they are united to form a single structure. Ovary superior means you can see the other walls are arising from a lower level. Trilocular, 3 chambers will be there. If you cut the ovary, you can see that there are 3 chambers in them. Okay, and there will be many ovules, and they shows what? Axile placentation. Do you remember we have studied about different placentation, isn't it? So these fruits or ovary will have what? Axile placentation. Fruit will be capsule or berry. Understood? Then seeds, endosperma seeds, as it is monocotyledon, isn't it? So let's see the floral formula. You can see that the floral formula, when you see here, they are actinomorphic flowers. Understood? Actinomorphic, then bisexual. Then we won't write here K and C. Why? Because perianth is there, isn't it? So perianth, I told, tepals are 3 plus 3 arrangement. So you can see like this. Androecium, stamens are also 6 in number, but they are arranged in 2 layers, 3 plus 3. Understood? Then gynoecium, you can see that tricarpellary, so 3, and their syncarpus, so bracket is there, and superior. So this is the floral formula. Is it clear? Floral formula of which family? Liliaceae. Okay, so by seeing P itself, you can understand what it's a, what kind of flower? Monocot flower. Okay, monocot flower. So when you see the you can see here, this is the onion plant's floral diagram. Okay, floral diagram of onion plant. Okay, you can see that petals won't be there. Instead, what is there? The perianth. Okay, how many perianth will be, how many in number? 6, but they are arranged in 2 layers, I said, isn't it? So you can see here 1, okay, 1 here, 1 here, and another here. This will be in one level. Okay, and in the second circle you can see another 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you can see the stamens, 6 in number, they are also in 2 different layers. Okay, so this 3 will be in one layer, and this, okay, will be in another layer. 1, 2, 3. Understood? Then you can see the gynoecium. Gynoecium is tricarpellary, and syncarpus. Okay, and you can see that 3 chambers are there, and ovules are attached to the placenta. Okay, in axile placentation. Understood? So this is the characteristic or floral diagram of Liliaceae, family Liliaceae. Okay, so economic importance. What are the major flowers belonging to this? Tulip flowers. Okay, gloriosa. Then what? Aloe vera you would have heard. Asparagus. Okay, then Colchinium autumnale. Okay, that is what? Another flower, that is another plant that is used as a vegetable. So these are what are the different types of, so many are vegetables. Okay, and some are medicinal, some are flowering plants. Likewise, many different types of plants you can see in this. Is it clear? So this is what different families. So two families we have to study. In this, floral formula can be asked. Okay, floral diagrams or description of the family. Understood? So this much you have to learn. So this is about the morphology of flowering plants that we have to study this year. So go through the video, and after that please read the lessons very clearly. Okay, so from the textbook questions will be there, and you will be having 20 marks MCQs and 20 marks short answer, or 1 mark, 2 marks likewise questions will be there. So prepare for this.